this is the preview for the upcoming game on Saturday the 7th of May with a 12:30pm kick-off as the Boro take on Preston North End in the Scarbet Championship at Deepdale. Well, Boro fans, this is it. This is it. Last game of the season, a lot at stake, and I mean, to be honest, if you ever felt nervous before, the nerves will certainly kick in by lunchtime tomorrow, let me tell you. We're currently outside the playoffs. There's currently 3 or 4 teams fighting to get that last playoff spots, either 5th or 6th going into this game. There's us, Sheffield United, Luton Town, and Millwall have a slim chance of getting up there after what happened with Luton in midweek as they were mauled 7-0 by Fulham. But it's still a lot to play for. We've got to concentrate on this game. It's a must win. Anything less than that, and that's us finished for the season. But we go into this game with a lot of confidence after that 3-1 win against Stoke City at the Riverside last time out. And it's for certain we definitely missed Matty Brooks those last 3 games before we played Stoke, because he picked himself a brace. The first one took a little deflection, but he made it 1-0. The second goal came as a Lewis Baker own goal after Johnny Howson swung at a free kick and he meant for a Boro player, but it took the unfortunate flick off the former Boro loanee Lewis Baker for an own goal to make it 2-0. And then second half, Crooks made it a brace for himself with a header into the far post to make it 3-0. And then Stoke did pull one back later on through Nick Powell, but it was the job was done anyway, so it puts us in a good position going into this last league game of the season. Like I said, obviously a lot at stake, but it depends on results with Sheffield United playing Fulham at home and Luton playing Reading at home. Those 2 games are pivotal because we need like the likes of Fulham and Reading to both pick up results, or at least keep them at bay, at least. And obviously we win, us for getting to the playoffs. Looking at the playoffs anyway, regardless if we come 5th or 6th at the end of all this, the first leg of the playoffs will take place at the Riverside, and obviously the second leg will be away from home. So just bear that in mind, Boro fans. The first leg, if we do get the playoffs, the first leg will be at the Riverside, regardless of the position we're going to be in. Now, obviously, we go into this game with no news on the injury front, which is usually pretty good. Even though Paddy missed the game, obviously, for illness. I think it was last game out. But I think the squad's pretty near enough fully fit, so we'll hopefully have a full fit squad to choose from for this big game coming up. So I'm just hopeful, we can get this over the line, Boro fans. I'm not going to lie, they're just started kicking at me already, and it's not even game day yet. Now we go to our opponents, Preston North End, who got nothing to play for this season. They're currently sitting 14th going into this weekend's round of fixtures. Their record going into this game is played 45, won 16, drawn 14 and lost 15. Beforehand, Preston run a little bit of a barren run where they haven't won in 3 games, but they did pick up a win in the last game with that 3-1 victory away at Barnsley. So they've got a new manager in there since we last played him as well, Ryan Lowe, who did quite a decent job at Plymouth Argyle before he came to Preston after the sacking of Frankie McAvoy. And he's got pretty much Preston in a pretty much stable condition going into next season. I mean, he's done wonders, like I said, for Plymouth. Near enough got them to the promised land of the Championship before he left, but obviously Plymouth failed to get into the playoffs, which is obviously unfortunate for them. But obviously he's now at Preston, and he's, like I say, he's pretty much stabilised the whole atmosphere at Deepdale and the whole squad together as a whole. Now, obviously, the key players to watch out for Preston, there's quite a few. The top scorer this season is Emil Rees Jakobsen. The Dane, obviously, he was a threat against, major headache against us in our last game against them, which I'll get to in a sec. The Dane has scored about 13 or 14 goals for Preston this season, so obviously he'll be one to watch out for. Also, Daniel Johnson as well, the Jamaican international, is usually a threat wherever he plays, whether it be on the left wing or as a number 10. For the last few years, he's been one of Preston North End's best players, in my opinion, is Daniel Johnson. So he's another one to watch out for. Alan Brown is another one to watch out for as well. He's a versatile midfielder. Cameron Archer, a young striker who's on loan from Aston Villa, who's been chipping in a few goals since he came to Preston in January. And the time we played Preston was obviously at the Riverside, which was Chris Wilder's second game in charge of the Borough, I think, back in November time. We got beat by 2-1. Obviously, we took the lead early on through Paddy McNair in the first half. And then the second half, Preston capitalised. And a couple of defensive mistakes we made it 2-0 with Ched Evans' equaliser. And then the mistake from Saul Bamber at the back allowed Emil Rees to make it 2-1. Emil Rees, like I said, was a nightmare to play against that day. And it was a pretty strange game as well because the previous manager for Preston, Frankie McAvoy, was under a lot of pressure in that leading up to that game. I mean, he got released by a win, but I think a couple of games after that, he got the boot and Ryan Lowe obviously stepped in. But like I say, Boro fans, do or die, it's must win for us. Anything less than that, it's that season over. But we've got to give it everything we've got and worry less about what's happening at Sheffield United and Luton until we actually get to the final whistle at Deepdale on tomorrow. So just got to hope and pray, Boro fans. Just got to hope and pray. Anyway, leave me your thoughts and predictions in this game in the comment section below, Boro fans. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Our social media links will be in the description below. But until then, I've been Joe from Boro Fan TV, and probably, regardless of at the end of the game, hopefully we see you next season, or we could make it to the playoffs. Anyway, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Up the Borough.